What's going on, everybody? I'm Primal Liquid and welcome to another guide for Atelier Sophie 2. Now, in this video I'm going to be showing you guys how to create the best debuffing item. Obviously, when playing on legendary difficulty and things like that, you really want to get those big damage numbers, and the way to do that is by loading the enemy or bosses just completely chock-a-block full of debuffs. And right now, we're going to look at how to do that. So, straight off the bat, we are going to be making a moonless mist. And the reason for that is kind of varied, actually. There's a few different reasons, and that's what we're going to talk about now. So, for the ice element, this is basically a 100% chance of applying aura inhibition. So, what that basically means is, while this is up, they won't just randomly get another aura. This is actually really good for bosses on legendary difficulty, simply due to the fact it means you don't have to work through a massive aura. Highly worthwhile. However, let's get to the really good stuff, shall we? So, straight off the bat, we have Fog of Ruin, which provides a 100% chance of applying 3 stacks of defense decrease and curse. Obviously, it is changed by the enemy resistances and things like that, but it's pretty good in the sense of, you know, it's 3 stacks of lower defense and curse, but we're also going to get a whole bunch of other effects too. Now, we have probably the worst one, to be honest, which is gives the enemy 3 stacks of attack increase. However, we're going to be ignoring that because once we actually get it past level 20, well, once we get the light element past level 20, that just changes to an alchemic component, and so the boss or enemies will not gain any attack up buffs. Now, for the one that matters, this is essentially a debuff for the enemy in terms of their elemental resistances. Each one is a simple element on their own, and then once you actually get down to the very last, it applies 1 stack of fire resistance, ice resistance, lightning, and wind resistance decreases. So it basically lowers the resistance for all the elements. However, that's not all we're going to be doing, because on paper that doesn't really sound all that great, does it? No. Well, the reason for that is simply due to the fact of the traits we'll be using. So, let's take a look at them. First of all, we have Spine Chilling, which adds an extra stack whenever the target is debuffed. So basically, any debuff we put on the target is going to have an extra stack, so it'll last longer, basically. We have Demon Sonic, which shortens the wait time after use by 75%, but reduces the item's power by 50%. That's fine. This item is only here for debuffs, so why do we need to worry about the actual power of the item? We don't. So it just reduces the wait time by 75%, meaning we can throw this out and pretty much still get another turn straight off the bat. And then we have the really good one. This is Pure White Corrosion. So what this does is it applies 1 stack of all status decreases and a random secondary element decrease as well. And this will stack with the first element decrease from the actual item. And then it has a 50% chance of inflicting 5 random statuses. So there's an extra 5 random statuses that can be inflicted, which are all going to get an extra turn because of Spine Chilling, making this one of the absolute best combinations possible. Also, the Spirit Tears is absolutely by far the best item to put these traits on, so make sure you definitely do that for sure. Now, for the Luana, I'm actually going to use this as a light aspected one. Now, this is from Major Gathering. You can get this from the final area, the Evil Domain. So if you want that, this is the best place to get it from. Just make sure you get as many links as you can and prioritize light. If you can, upgrade the quality a little more. Mine's only 120, which, you know, it's not ideal, but hey, it will work for me. Now, for the second one, for the poison, we're actually going to be using a Yuctil Frog. simply due to the fact we need a whole bunch of lightning as well. And Yorkshire Frog is probably the easiest one to get a whole bunch of really, really good lightning nodes with. And that's why that's the one I'm actually going with. Now, for the silver crown, or should I say the mushrooms, I'm just going to filter this by, by quality. And I'm going to basically look for, some small lightning nodes, and then also some light nodes. Now, I already know which one I want, which is this one right here. And of course, we do gain the extra quantity. Hey, but the fire effect is useless. So yeah, what we want here is extra lightning and extra light. Now, what we're going to do here essentially is very, very simple. We're going to work on the light element first, and then from there, we're going to work on lightning, and then on water. So let's just jump into it, shall we? Now, I will cut away to once everything is finished on the board, and then we'll go through the extra items I added, how I did the place. Okay, so I've now completely filled the grid, as you can see, and if we take a look at the items I've used, so as I mentioned, the first one we were going to finish is light, and that's just because it's by far the easiest by using a major gathered Lunana, and then from there, that allows us to use a magical ingredient. I chose the Noringer simply due to the fact it had the elements I needed. I would have preferred something along the lines of, with an effect +3. I didn't have any that was suitable, so I had to settle with this one, but luckily enough, it did the job just fine, focusing on water and lightning. So from there, I moved on to getting 10 links of water, so I can throw in the Tiki Metal. Honestly, the only real use for this one is the Ice Max +2, and the fact it's a high quality and it adds 25 quality to the final synth. You could honestly change this out if you really wanted to, because for me, it served no real purpose, to be honest. And then, last but not least, I used a saltwater from Seeds. The main reason for this is the Lone Light Star, which I use, and also the Ice plus level 3. And what that's done is that's pushed me over the top for the ice level, so concealed full moon, and then that lone little purple I just threw down in the bottom right of the board there, just to get me the final element I needed for the light. And with that said, let's go ahead and synthesize, since the quality is not quite done, but with the board filled, super synthesis should max me out, because I mean 95%, it should be fine. Right, now for the traits. We've already talked about this, so it's going to be Spine Chilling, Demon Sonic, and finally Pure White Corrosion. So let's go ahead and synthesize that. Hopefully we'll get the 999 quality. If we don't, honestly, it's not the end of the world. But we did, so that's perfectly fine. Now, as you saw there, I got 3 of them. However, it can be equipped by 4 characters, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go to the Emporium, and I'm going to duplicate it twice. That will give me a total of 5, and with that I can equip 1 on every character, and then I also have 1 spare as well. So let's just go ahead and get 2 duplications, and there we have it, guys. This is the best debuffing item in the game currently. You know what? Let's go test it, shall we? This is going to inflict a huge amount of status effects really, really quickly. Obviously on these normal mobs on legendary difficulty, it's not really gonna be needed or anything like that, but we're only here to see what it actually does. So there it is, and look at all those statuses. 2 pages of it. 2 full pages, and then still a little bit as well. So if we take a look at actually how many there are, look at all of these statuses, guys. Look at them all. It is absolutely freaking insane. There is nothing that this will not crush. And of course we get the aura innovation where we deal double damage to the aura as well. And yeah, that is going to be it for this video, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope it's helped. If it has, then please be sure to hit that like button and leave a comment down below. Let me know the first thing you murder with this debuff item. And of course, if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any more Atelier guides. As always though, everybody, thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.